Hi, I'm Dee Dee, a girl, a game, and a goal. I'm the girl. The game is going to be kind of universal for today's video, and our goal is dun 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 board game bits from scratch. So I am not only a board gamer, but I'm also a crafter, as well as a mom and a teacher and all these other great things. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you on a little journey, and we're going to make some board game bits. Now I'm not talking about little things, I'm calling bits as anything and everything. What we're going to look at are some of these trays. So I'm going to show you how you can do that on your own. So let me switch down to the overhead, and I'll take off the title for a minute so we have some space to see, and I will take out my face so I'm a little smaller, and we will look on a down shot. So what's interesting with this video is that in board gaming, most of the time the people who are talking to you are like face to face, and when you do craft videos, or you see a lot of craft videos, you mostly see people's hands. You don't really see the people face to face. So I gotta kind of, got you, right? So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take you through making a tray, whether it could be used for dice, whether it could be used to hold bits from the table. Sometimes we have those little, dollar store boxes, those little containers, and they fit, but sometimes the game is just so chock full of stuff that we just can't fit those things in there, and so we want to have something, and we're gonna do a couple of these trays. This one is out of basic cardstock, this one is out of some basic foam, and then I'll step it up a notch with some other bits and pieces, and we'll do that one together. So I'm gonna go through all three. There's the same process, but some of the little nuances and some of the details. Okay, this you can make for pennies, like pennies, literally. So we're gonna start with the paper one, and I'll put this one to the side, but let me just show you. This is basically it. Boom. This can now be added to your game box, no problem. And when you get time to play, and there you go. You got yourself a component holder or dice tray. This height you can adjust however you want. This is more for like holding a bunch of components. I think this depth, I'm not so sure if I like it for dice because I feel like it's too much of a dig. But we'll make another one, and we'll make it a little smaller, and we'll do a comparison, and you can see what the process is. And like I said, this one is like the cheapest go-to. Now, if I'm off the screen, I gotta get used to this because I gotta watch you guys, talk to you guys, and do this as well. So what you're gonna need for this is cardstock. This is some real thick cardstock. This is 110 cardstock. This is from Michael's Recollections brand, basic black. They sell this 110 cardstock in many colors. You can get a variety pack, and you can get about, I think it's 200 sheets for about $15. I'm not going to do the math right now, even though I'm a math teacher, and I'm sorry. But it's pennies, right? Pennies. So you have this. You're going to need this. The other thing that you're going to need for this one, this more economical version, is this. You can get this in the dollar store. This is just these Velcro fasteners. So you're going to need 4 fasteners, and you're just going to take out one sheet. One is fuzzy, one is spiky, and you're just going to fold those over, and those are ready to go. You're gonna need 4 of those, 1 for each corner. So this comes with 20, so you can basically make 4 trays with this little package right here. So this is already like $1.05. Anyway, so we're gonna put that to the side. So what else are you gonna need? Well, you're gonna need to measure your paper and make a perfect square. This is 8.5 by 11. Sorry, I'm still orientating myself. So 8.5 by 11, because I am in the US, so I'm gonna do inches and be all, what is that called? Imperials, whatever. Sorry to the rest of the world who use centimeters. I have, like I said, a crafting cave So basically, I have all the tools, but I have this. And if you're, gonna buy print and plays and do some lamination of different things like that, this is a nice little investment. You can get these for like, well, I don't know about now because of the pandemic, but before, this one was about $30, and then usually there's a coupon, usually at Michael's or wherever you're shopping, and you can get it for like 40% or 50% off. So, $20 at the most, and you got yourself a nice trimmer with a cutter, a scorer, which we're all going to use. I'll tell you what that's for, an arm, and fits 12 by 12. And this one actually goes up to 15. So, we're going to take our piece of paper, and we're going to have to cut this down to 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm not trying to do multiple cuts. I'm trying to make this as simple as possible. It's a nice size box, a nice size thing, so it's okay. An 8.5 by half would fit in a standard game box. So we're gonna go 8.5, and usually you will know which ones to use. You have a cutter, and you have these will come off. So you're gonna cut that down. You're gonna have this extra. We can use this for some other craft, and I do have more stuff coming in the other videos, so hold on to your scraps that we do today. And we have this. Now, why am I taking this away? So, what we have to do is use this other component, which is called the scoring blade. What a scoring blade does is it just makes an indent and it kind of like, what is it called? Preps the paper to be folded. So it gives you that. So what I had done here was a 2-inch drop. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to change it to 1.5 inches. So I'm going to go to 1.5 inches, and what we're going to do is we're going to score. So you're going to just go a couple times. You're just loosening up those fibers. You're going to get a dent. You can see that dent in the reflection. And then you're going to do that on all 4 sides. So let's take a quick, boom, boom. Let's do that. And another one right here, and another one right here. Okay, so we're going to, in essence, create a box, and we are going to be having 4 little squares on each of the corners. You can see the lines, in the glare of the light. And what we're going to do is we're going to be folding on these lines, but we do need 4 additional lines. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this in the diagonal. So there's a trough that's here. I think that's the word, right? A divot that's here that the blade runs through. So what you're going to do is you're going to put your point to point, and you're going to come up to the intersection of the 2 score lines that you had done before. So you're going to go like that, and you're just going to come up. If you go a little bit past, it's not that bad or that big of a deal. But you want to try to be as diagonal as possible, because we need it to fold in a specific way so that we can get these nice corners. Okay, and maybe some of you can already kind of guess where we're going with this, what's going to happen next, and that's awesome. If the rest of you or some other of you are like, I have no idea what this chick is doing, that's okay. We're going step by step, and since this is a video, then you can probably play it back at some point. All right, so what I've done is created these little diagonals. I'm trying to get it in the light for you guys to see right here. So all of these have diagonals. I don't want to put a diagonal. I don't want to take the integrity of the centerpiece. I want that to lay as flat as possible. I want it to help build the structure of the tray. Now we are done with this for now. So since the score lines are here, what you're going to do is you're going to fold up onto the score, right? And the score lines help you to fold. And if you do the score lines good enough, you're going to get a nice crisp fold. So we're going to fold all of these score lines. And then we're going to have the makings of our tray. All right, so this is our first set of folds. We're going to have 4 folds, and now we're going to deal with these guys. Now these folded up into the middle of the tray. This one we need to fold towards each other in a way that this line here, this bottom of the square and this bottom of the square, we're trying to line them up, and we're going to give that a fold. And we're going to do the same thing. Again, this score line here and this score line here, we want to bring those together. And if we bring them together, that divot of the diagonal is going to just naturally fold down. And then again over here, we're going to do the same thing. And if you did the scores nice and you know, solid, then everything should just like fall into place very easily. And then we have one last one. We're bringing those two lines together and whatever. So now what I'm also doing is I'm just, you know, wiggling these points that I've made back and forth. I want the paper to be taking the form. So it's kind of like what we call training the paper. We want the paper to kind of remember the shape that we formed it into. So we're at this point where we have everything that we need and we can see the tray, right? And that's where these little Velcro dots come in. So what you're going to do is you put them together, line them up nicely, and then you're going to take a piece of scissor, I don't know, I have an accent probably. That and calculator. My students are always telling me that I say things funny. Okay? So what you want to do is you want to place the Velcro dot in this square on one half of the diagonal. And you kind of want to go kind of close to this edge over here. So again, because we want them to fold together and stay together, we want to put them on one side. And then when we do the fold, we will get the sticky on the other side. And you'll see that in a minute. And we also want them over here towards the edge and towards the top. So we're trying to aim for this corner over here, you know, just shy, just a little bit inside of it. So let's take one of the dots off. And yes, because I'm anal, I'm looking to see which side is what. So I'm putting the fuzzy side down because then I'll put all the fuzzy sides down and then it's consistent. So now I'm going to take it and I'm going to place it just inside and just below. So I'm going to take off the backing paper here. Ooh, it's super sticky. And I'm going to show you what I got here. So you can see that this is right inside of one of the triangles that make up the square. It's towards the top and towards the edge. So what we're going to do is you're going to, because you've trained your paper, you're going to fold it. And when you fold it and press hard, it's going to be in perfect placement for the other side and it's going to hold your corner. Isn't that fabulous? So we're going to do the same thing to all of them. So now I got to open it because now I want all my fuzzies. I know, right? I want all my fuzzies to be on the same side. So I have my fuzzy one here. So I'm going to take the Velcro dot and I'm fixing them. This is the fuzzy side. So I'm going to take the tape off the fuzzy side first. And then I'm going to put my fuzzy on this side. And I'm going to take off the other tape. And it's that simple. It is that simple. I mean, I'm not even sure how long. What is this? We've been recording for about 13 minutes. So fuzzy side, checking for that. So, you know, I'm yip-yapping over here, but if you just got to it, you could be doing this under 10 minutes. Once you get, you know, used to how to make this, you could make a whole set, a whole bunch. You can mail some to your best friend. And this is cool. And if you so desire. So now, let me show you what I mean about if you so desire. I started talking before we made this. I had a little surprise. We're going to just do the same thing. We're going to already, because it's trained already, we know that we're going to line up properly and we're not going to get stuck oddly placed. We're going to do that. And we're going to do that. Right? And this guy's already there, so he knows, like this. And there you go. You got a dice tray. Isn't this like the most awesomeness? I mean, come on. It's like fabulous. So we're going to open this up. And that's it. This can, you know, 8.5 by 8.5. You can fit it into the box, most boxes and stuff. So here's my added little fabulousness, right? Let's say I wanted to dress this up. You could, I'm just going off to the side, take a piece of foam, and I can cut this down, and I can cut it the size of this rectangle, right? I can easily cut it the size of this rectangle, so I'm going to mark that, and then I'm going to bring, well, you know what? I'm just going to cut it out because it's all good. You don't have to use a paper trimmer. Let's see, how good am I? How decent am I? Let's see. It's pretty decent, right? And we're going to be able to attach this with glue. And when we do this, we have, I'm not going to glue it now because I forgot the glue. But anyway, you can even customize the insides, because again, when you open them up, right, you are going to see that it still lays pretty flat. This is super thin. It's not really that thick. It's maybe, I don't know, 5 mil, 8 mil. So you can get these sheets at Michael's. Sheets like this are like 39 cents for like a big sheet. So here's our first little tray that we're doing out of paper. Okay. And I know you should, all right, I got it. I'm good. I know what you're doing. But, you know, we're going to keep going. We're going to do another one. So, being the crafter again, I have this, which is a thin felt. Bought them on Amazon. This is a 6x6 non-woven. It's like felt, but it is super thin, right? It has a little bit of a pliability. It does crinkle up a little bit, but that's okay. So if you want to go a little bit more on the ritzy, fancier side and not be paper, then you can buy something like this, felt. And then you're going to even get it even more fancy. We're going to buy these things, which are snaps. These snaps are so easy to put in, it's ridiculous. They actually come in a set. You can find this on Amazon. And if you guys want to know, I don't know. I have to figure out how to share that information. But right now, we're going to look at this. So I picked this color because the color like reminds me of Twitch, and that's what we're doing right now. And we're doing YouTube, and we're doing all kinds of things in this time. So I think I'm going to do, I'm going to do white. I'm going to do the white, and I'm going to do the purple. And so what we need to do here is, you need to have 4 pieces. So we're gonna have to dig into our little treasure trove. And yes, I probably should have taken these out before I started with you guys, but I wanted to show you the package and stuff. So what you're looking for are the points that will go through the felt and the 2 components that snap together. And so I'm building a bunch of pairings, and then I will bring it up for you to see. The package comes with directions. It tells you exactly how to put these together. And so I think I have yes, I have everything that I need. All right, so you're gonna need a little bit more supplies, but let me tell you, I think this set with all of this and that was less than $20. And like, I mean, come on now. And you can put snaps on anything, your shirts, your, you know, I don't know, anything, your pillowcases. So let me bring this up so you can see the components. So you're gonna need to have, for each corner, you're gonna need 4 pieces. You're gonna need 2 pokey ones. They look like tacks. And then you're gonna need these 2 components. These are the 2 components that snap into each other. And what happens is that one of these goes on the outside with that on the inside, and this goes on the outside with this one on the inside, and then they will snap together. So I'm going to put one together to show you how simple it could be. Now with this one, you also kind of want to train, I'm just eyeballing right now, you kind of want to train the material. Maybe I should have picked a different color because you can't see this. Okay, should I pick a different color? Are you guys good with this? Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it, right? All right. Maybe not. You know what? Let's just do that. So, and I just eyeballed this. If you want to measure it, you can totally measure it. I'm pretty good. Like, I'm using the length of a finger and the length of a finger head, you know, from the knuckle to the tip. And I'm doing the same thing that I did on the paper one. All I'm doing is training the fabric, the felt, to accept my my folds. Okay. And again, with this, it's going to be even harder to see the folds. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, but you can see it a little bit. It's like when you train it, if you just nudge it, you can see it wanting to fall into the lines that you trained. Now again, you're training it because you're trying to match up the same thing with the paper, this line here with this line over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to bring them together and you're going to press down for the diagonal. And like, I would say you can just let them go right away, but you're going to use this thing that's called an awl. It comes with the set. I mean, this thing comes with everything. And you're going to do the same kind of thing, and you're going to find a spot which is towards the edge of that fold and towards the top, but you want to go in enough that that white circle is not going to go outside. So I went kind of in the center of the triangle. And you're going to put your awl through it, and you're going to wiggle it so that you can make a hole that's going to stay there. And you're going to go and you're going to do that for each one of your triangles. And once you've done that, you can put the snaps on. So I think what I've done in the past is once I make the hole, because you know what, it is fabric and it will kind of want to like start closing in on itself, and it's not going to self mend, but the hole's going to get, you know, smaller with this fabric. So you got to kind of know what you're playing with, what you're working with. And so now I've put the pokey things through because this is going to be the outside of my, it's going to be the outside of my tray. And then we're going to put, one side is going to have the, no, this is the male, this is the female. And here's the thing, it's not going to stay, and that's when you get this tool. So what this tool does is that you're going to put, there's a cup in here, and you're going to put the back, and then this is going to squish down the pointy piece. So I'm going to use the table, I'm going to push this down, and we're going to press. And that's pretty much it. Let me show you what it looks like. It squished down the point, and it made it tight and pulled on the fabric, but that's all good. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And so, turns it upside down. You don't really have to use the table, but if you have an issue with strength or stability, or, you know, ooh la la, you know, then you might want to do that. So again, we're going to just press it, and then that's it. That's also pushed in there, and that's it. They snap together. Look at that. You see that? How nicey nicey. So we're going to do all of those, and we're going to have a nice tray. So again, we're going to fold up the edge. We're going to see where that training has happened, and we're going to go inside of that triangle, wiggle our hole, open it up. We're going to place, okay, again, my OCD, right? So we got to make sure we're placing the same thing in the same spot. So this is the receiver. So the receiver is the more straight one. No, the receiver is not the straight one. The receiver is the cup. This is the one that goes inside. So we're going to put that, and then we're going to just grab our machine and go like that. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do it again, and we're going to find the hole. See, my fabric is already trying, like, you know, trying to close up and stuff. Grab the other piece. This one's the receiver, the little cup. And we're going to do the same thing. Place it in there. 1, 2, 3. Done. And it's done. And again, closes. And we see that we got our tray starting to develop. So let's do this again. And so we're gonna find the middle of that triangle, wiggle, 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 and whatnot. So you can buy a set like this. Let me just talk a little bit. I know I should be showing this. There's so many colors. If you have a favorite player color or something, then definitely you can make trays so that all the bits match all of your playing pieces. Okay, so we got those two pieces in. I keep forgetting. Okay, that's the receiver. And so this one's going to go in on this side. And I want to show you, I mean, you may be feeling like, oh, you know, you're showing me this. I got the paper. I kind of understand what you're doing. But here's the thing. I want you to see how simple it is to just make your own bits. And then there's so many mediums out there that you can use. So I do have one more that we can mess with, which is the foam. And I do plan to go through that. So I hope you'll stay and watch that one as well. So I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to put the receiver. And I'm going to just go boom, done. The machine's helping me out. It's a quick little press. And then one more time. We're going to, like this. So, you know, showing you how to do this is not going to, oh, that one snapped nice. Is not going to show, put anybody out of business. There are a lot of people that do these on Etsy, and you can support the, you know, small business person, the home crafter who's got the side hustle, and that's great. But if you're crafty and you want something to do, here you go. You got yourself a little tray out of felt. And yet again, you pop them open. They're super flat and they fit nicely inside your boxes, your game boxes. So this was our second using felt. And again, you know, you can just train your felt. You know, before you put it in for the long haul, you know, a long stay on the shelf, you might go like that and just retrain it a little bit and then put it into the box. Not a big deal. And so this is our, again, our second one. Okay. And so I'm going to show you the same technique and show you another fabric. So we got paper. We've got paper that we can line with foam and make a nice insert, so you do have that cushion sound. This is kind of soft, so it might not be like as loud. And now I also did one that was in foam. So this one that's in foam is done the same exact way, and I did it with the Velcro, which is what I'm showing you right here. Since it was small, this is a 6 by 6. No, this is 5.5 by 5.5. A full circle wouldn't fit, so I just cut them in half. So what I want to do is I want to make one of these about the size of the black trays, and I want to put the snaps on it so that we can see how that looks. And again, it's about training your fabric. So we're going to use combo of things. Now these sheets, you can get these full-on sheets from, again, Michael's or wherever the case is. And we're going to cut this down using the blade. So if you're still with me, thank you so much. This one is a little special. Let's see. That one was 8.5 by 8.5. I think I'm just going to stick with that 8.5 by 8.5. And so I need to cut this down to 8.5. 8.5. So I'm sorry, you can't see the it's up there, whereas the I can bring it down here to 8.5. But I need the stability of the table. So I've got the 8.5 measured up on this side, and we push our material up to the top. I take the blade and I'm gonna run it and press really, really hard. And you're gonna be like, this did not cut through, but it's just such a thin amount that's not cut. It's butter, it just comes off so easily. So we're gonna take, excuse me, this 8.5 by 8.5, and we're going to place it here. And we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to make that square. So again, pressing really hard if you have a tray, or if you have a ruler and you have a T-square, or just a ruler and you do some markings, you mark it out, you cut it with a scissor. So, but again, this blade cuts through here. It doesn't look like it hasn't cut through the whole thing. And you just go like this, and it just comes so easily apart. There you go. So now I have this one, and it's out of the, let's see, it's out of the, this one I'm winging. I'm kind of winging this one. So I think I want to do the 1.5 inch sides. So what I think I want to see what happens is if I score it. To help me train, I'm not going to wing where the training is going to happen. I'm going to score that, see if I see a score line, which I kind of do. Do you guys see a score line? It's right down here. So let me go ahead and do all of them, meaning all 4 sides. So that's side number 2, and then side number 3, and then again side number 4. All right, I'm not gonna do the diagonals on here because I'm gonna do the method of the felt. So what I'm doing is I'm just training this foam. So just a few passes. It's gonna train it. I'm gonna go up here. I'm gonna train this one. Again, just a few passes, just to make sure that it's, you know, gonna kind of help you out with the shape. And yeah, I know I've been looking like over there, but it's because I have my screen to see this, what's happening down here, making sure that I stay in the frame for you guys. So yes, so now they're kind of trained. Well, not kind of, they are trained to the most part. We're gonna go back to this, and we're gonna pick out a color. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick out a color that's gonna coordinate with something else that's going on here. Okay, and that's gonna be, I'm gonna pick the red. It's not the brightest of the reds in here, but I mean, you can find so many sets online that have silver and metal and, you know, all kind of finishes. I went with this because I'm about getting what do you call it, the more bang for my buck, and I was just learning how to do these, so I decided to spring for the plastic with the most possible choices. And actually it winds up working good for me being a gamer because, you know, pieces are bits. We love our bits. So I need to make sure that I have what I need here. So I have a back, a back, a back, and a back for the corner. And now I need the other side. So I need that, the front. And so I'll dig in here. You know, the plain old boxes, right? They're everywhere. Another one of these, and another one of these, right? So I have 4 and 4, good to go. That fell out. I'm not going to stress it out too much that the pink and the red have merged together. Okay, so, right. So I'm doing this one with the yellow and the red accents, and again, I'm just going to train one more time. And I'm wrapping up this, you know, video. I mean, you know, my channel is, like I said, a girl, a game, and a goal. It's been up there somewhere, branding. But I'm part of another group, another stream that's out there called Loozapalooza, and I'm making this one specifically in reference to that. So you're gonna see in a minute. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing that we did before. I'm gonna take those diagonal lines, I'm gonna match them up, right, to each other, and then again, the training is there, right? The training is there. We're gonna take the awl, find a spot in the center of the triangle, and we're gonna, No, not pinch ourselves. Stab ourselves, actually. It's not a pinch. Make our hole. And again, we're going to do the same thing. Okay? So, I don't know. While going back to Lollapalooza, if you decide to make one of these and you get inspired and you go get some paper and some Velcro dots, or if you go and actually, try to find one of these guys, these tools, and you make something, join the Facebook group, come and say hi, and share a picture of what you've made. That would be awesome. I would love to see it. I am part of that group, and I am always checking out their feed. So you definitely will pop up on there, and I will definitely see what you have done, because I like to inspire crafting, and I want to see what people out there are doing and how they took inspiration. So please do look up the page, do check it out, and share with me, share with us all what you have done, and then maybe it'll inspire someone else. So I'm halfway through this, I'm almost done. And the foam is a little more trickier. I'm noticing, I'm telling you the truth, I just decided to do one in foam. It's a little bit more delicate, even though it's a thicker substrate. Because it's foam, it's when you press, you're definitely going to make more of an impression. So you got to be careful and not be as aggressive as with the felt. So in terms of delicacy, we're talking about this. I would call more delicate than the paper. The paper would probably be the next thing, and then that felt that I bought would also be the fourth, because it was felt a little more durable. So almost done. I'm done with the third corner, and so there we go. The third corner is in, and now the fourth corner. So yeah, the fourth corner is here. And so, I don't know if you like these kind of videos, but be on the lookout, because you know what? There are a lot of people out there that are board gamers who are also very crafty and creative people. And I feel like a lot of our channels that we watch, whether it be, YouTube or, I don't know, Twitch, whatever you call it, is mostly, board game play or reviews. And there's so many, other things that can be done within the community and the hobby. So let me just close this up. And this one, these red ones snap nice. Okay. And now we have this nice little tray. Again, you just train it a little bit and you have your tray. All right. And so the training needs to be done. So I just have, this is not, probably not going to be a suggested medium. It's very hard to open up, and I feel like the foam is going to break. So therefore, this is a one time I'm going to open it and then never, so why am I doing this? And never close it again. So I am just folding to create an X in the center of this center square. And because we are part of a community, I have this sticker, which was designed by one of our members, one of the members of Lollapalooza. And she is a crafter, board gamer, and awesome person out there that is into a lot of great things and has a lot to share. And so I asked if I could use this on anything, and she told me go for it. So I am using it on my tray. So now I put this here, and let's go back and close these guys up. And now I have my Lollapalooza dice tray. So I hope that you guys have hung out. It has been, I think, about 40 minutes. So if you, like I said, enjoy this, look for more videos from me, look out for some of the other people that are out there. Google, you know, crafting and board games and whatnot. And yeah, share the fun. Share the, you know, just share the gaming. So I don't know how to end this outro, so I'm just gonna say thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed this. You can make a foam, not highly suggested. If it's a one and done and you're not gonna open it, yeah, if you're gonna open it, I would suggest using the Velcro dots because that's easier to open. These snaps are very iffy. You got the felt, which was very nice, and we've got the cardboard where you can, well, cardstock, where you can customize the depth to your needs. So again, try them out, share them on Facebook. Again, look for Losapalooza on Facebook, and that's our Facebook group. And thank you so much for hanging in there and watching the video. Until next time, board gaming is not a spectator sport, so grab those dice and play. Thank you.